Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session this afternoon. Thank you for attending this open webinar, which was organized kindly with Siemens Innovation Think Tank from Siemens Healthineers. I'm Dr. Navisha Parag, and together with my team from Siemens Healthineers, we'd like to kick off this webinar without any further delays. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Mehdi, who will introduce the rest of the Siemens team, and we will progress from there. Thank you so much, Mr. Mehdi.
Thank you, Dr. Parag, and big thanks to you and Dr. Ahmed for setting up the ITT program at Regent Business School to start with. And so we also have a slide we have prepared shortly for introduction. So Ms. Hassan, would you like to share the screen? And then we can also go into the introduction part. Big thanks to you, Dr. Ahmed, Dr. Parag, for setting up the ITT program, and also I will also get a chance to introduce Professor in the call, as Mr. Christos is already in our headquarters, and Ms. Hafenbrag is also in our headquarters, followed by Ms. Hassan from UAE as well. So, Ms. Hassan, would you like to share screen now?
Yeah, I'm just opening it up right here. All right. Sorry, it might.
Great, yeah. So maybe I'll start. So again, yeah, a very warm welcome, everyone. So for today's, we will be discussing about the Innovation Think Tank Certification Program organized at Regent Business School. And the purpose of today's call is to give you an overview about what is Innovation Think Tank, what is a certification program, and what you will be learning, and to also answer some of your questions during the sessions. And also, if you are having any other queries, please feel free to reach out to us. So let's get going. So we can maybe before the presentation, I would just like to show the slide. And we are also having Dr. Parag in the call. So Dr. Parag, would you like to say a few words? And then we can also invite Professor Haider from headquarters.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mehdi. So just to welcome everybody again, thank you for taking the time this afternoon. This is an introductory webinar for anyone interested in the program but not quite sure what it entails. We'd like to give you more details about the program today. On behalf of Regent Business School, again, I'd like to thank the Siemens team for bringing this program to Regent Business School. It is a very exciting time for us, and it's the first time that a private higher education institution is collaborating with Siemens Healthineers to bring this program to South Africa. And it's a really opportune time for us to run the innovation think tank in South Africa, where the COVID-19 pandemic has unmasked inherent system failures and healthcare challenges within South Africa and beyond. And together with the reforms that our health system is currently faced with, we need innovation, and we need new ways of thinking about solutions to these never-ending challenges that our healthcare industry is facing. So we really welcome this program to our school, and we look forward to all of our participants' engagement on the program. On the Regent side, just a big thank you to Professor Ahmed Sheikh and our team here for supporting this program and driving the initiative to bring the program to the school. And we really hope to make a success of this program together with all of our participants. So thank you very much, and to the Siemens Healthineers teams as well. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Parag. I mean, it's really a pleasure for us to be part of the ITT RBS program, and also to work on the frugal biomedical innovation topic. That's, I mean, as you rightly mentioned, it's one of the key topic, and we are really looking forward for quality outcome as well. We also have, I think Mr. Christos is in our headquarters, and we have Professor Sultan Haider, who is founder and global head of innovation think tank, who can join us. And so Professor Haider received the invitation from Regent Business School to set up ITT program. And I'll also talk about Professor Haider, who will be trainer of the program in the coming slides. So, I mean, before going into the details, so Professor Haider, would you like to say a few words?
Hello, everyone. Hello. I was in the middle of another conversation, but great to see you all, Dr. Parag, Mr. Mehdi, Ms. Hassan, everyone in the call. So it's at the moment we are informing potential participants and about the program.
Yes.
So this is me, Sultan Haider, and this is our colleague and Mr. Solidos, and you can see behind Mr. Solidos our office space. This is our innovation think tank headquarters, where we have built the entire, let's say, innovation work streams. The healthcare system models here, megatrends on different technologies and possible solutions. And the idea is that we visualize the problem space altogether. So we have built here these problem spaces, and on the other side we have here built solution space, which you can see here, where we use all kind of technologies, all kind of rapid prototyping tools that are available. We have here several labs here. Maybe also we can walk a little bit here. Here to me, please. It's here, so you can see here some kind of collimators. You can see even stuff that we built with Lego when 3D printing was not that available. I mean, the exercise is like always working on the problem space, looking at the best practices, and then applying this knowledge to create requirements for our future products. Is it possible for people to ask questions, or what is the mode of communication, or is it just getting recorded? Mr. Mehdi?
It is getting recorded, but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's also option for asking questions.
Okay, so if there is somebody wishing to ask anything, just let us know. Yeah, so this is what we do here, working on exploring the problem space, coming up with decision propositions for deciding products. And in the last decade, we have built a process which is called innovation think tank methodology, which we use in different locations. And we teach this in the universities. This is my, let's say, parallel functions in universities, in hospitals, and some now ministries of health, where we teach about the entire process and create some deep dives or even innovation think tank labs. So that's maybe just to give you an overview here of all we have. There are workshops here. There are tools that we use here to build the prototypes. We have also some technology zones. Is South Africa here? Yes, right? Yep. So you see there are projects where we involve universities, hospitals from all over the world, do interviews, find out the requirements. Quickly show the technology zone. So we have here zones for sensors. We are, so you can see here some technology space. We have here lots of 3D printers. We have here colleagues from all over the world, sitting from Iraq, where are you from? Which part of the world?
Canada.
From Canada.
Brazil.
From Brazil. What do you study? Biomedical engineering, and all of them biomedical engineering. But we have here designers also, different kind of engineering disciplines. And what do you study, Solidos?
I'm studying intercultural management.
Intercultural management. So all kind of possible backgrounds. These are our fellowships, which people usually join for 6 months to 3 years, sometimes writing their PhD thesis with us. And this is our lab space for our headquarters. Are there any questions or things that you would like to know? You can write it in the chat, or I don't know if you can unmute yourself, maybe. Anything else that you need from my side, Dr. Barak?
Thank you very much, Professor Haider. That was a great tour of the lab, and I think it certainly will give participants an indication of what goes on during these innovation think tank programs. Over and above that, it's really fantastic to see the kind of projects that come out of this program. And I think that's what we're looking for with our program here at Regent Business School as well, where we're looking for new ideas, fresh ideas from a diverse background of participants to bring together to the healthcare industry in South Africa. So thank you very much for that tour.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm really looking forward to our program, and to work on the topics related to the region. Especially this is something that happens that we always, focus on the region itself and, try to work on the challenges coming from that region, focusing also with people from all over the world. So I'm really, really looking forward to our program and the kickoff. Dr. Parag, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so
very
much, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. So, we can maybe also give a short introduction about the other team who will be supporting the ITT Regent Business School program. So, to start with them, my name is, we already discussed Mehdi, and I'm the responsible person for ITT in the Middle East and Southern Eastern Africa zone. I was also a student for under Professor Haider many years back, and then worked in different locations, and now finally based in UAE. And another very good example of our success is Ms. Hassan, who's also in the call with us. And she joined 5 such ITT programs, and initially on a participant level, but then let's say in the next program more as a moderator. And now, it's really good to have her in the team. So Ms. Hassan, over to you. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, of course. Am I audible?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to be here. I'm very excited about this program. I hope you are just as excited as we are. I am Daria Hassan. I am based here in the UAE, but I'm also involved in the organization of this program for the Innovation Think Tank team as well. As Mr. Mahdi has mentioned, and as I will continue to mention throughout the presentation, my engagements in the previous programs that have led to me actually joining Siemens Healthineers Innovation Think Tank as an employee. So it's very nice to be here, and we're looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hassan. And we also have other colleagues who are supporting us. Nandi, who is a strategy consultant at Siemens Healthineers in South Africa. I'm not sure if Nandi, if you are there in the call. But yeah, apart from Nandi, we also have other colleagues, Mr. Ali and Mr. Rizvi, who will be also going there in person. And we will have these sessions in a hybrid format during the course of the certification program. And yes, we also have Mr. Solidus in the call, who will be supporting it from the headquarters. Great. So, this is the team who will be going, or let's say supporting you in the development of the certification program at Regent. So moving forward, we'll spend maybe a couple of minutes, and actually, Professor, I've already explained. And so just quickly, so what do we do at Innovation Think Tank and what we are? So we are a global innovation infrastructure of co-creation labs and program established within different departments at Siemens Healthineers, but also at universities and hospital site across the world. And what do we do? So we are having 4 main elements. Like the first is creating own innovation infrastructure. And we are having 85 ITT activity locations globally, and that are very well connected with each other for knowledge sharing and best practice sharing. And as also mentioned by Professor, we are working mainly in the area of product definition. So how a product would look like, mainly in the definition phase, and then coming up to R&D, and then also in the commercialization support. And one of the main element or the key offering is this expertise development. We work with our partner institutions, like we have established an ITT program at Regent, and we are organizing our first certification program and many more to come. And so where you will be going, we'll be going with the deep dives into the next slides. And another element is the co-creation and co-development, where we also work with institutions, our partner institutions, to work on joint projects, international research projects, and grant applications together. Moving forward, Professor was also already there. So this was a slide I wanted to present before Professor's speech, but yeah, it's all good. So Professor Haider is a key opinion leader in ITT as well, but also a principal key expert at Siemens Healthineers, and he will be the trainer of the program. And so far, he has established 85 ITT activity locations across globe in different parts like Germany, China, UK, USA, South Africa, Egypt, Canada, and so on. And over the years, he have filed more than 500 inventions and patents and awarded principal key expert position by Siemens Healthineers as well. And more to this, we've been also honored with professorship and leadership role in top institutions like Imperial College, Texas A&M, University of South Carolina, and so on. And he have also granted and mentored over 1,000 innovator fellowships that you also saw in our lab tour. So there were a lot of fellowship students who are joining in from different part of the world. So he's also mentored them. Yes, and then he will be engaged in the certification program with you and giving the trainings what he have developed while working over the last 22 years at Siemens Healthineers. Moving forward, so what it brings us to this program is during the ITT certification programs and our different program we organize with our partner institutions. So there are a lot of key opinion leaders who are joining us to work on the right challenge. So that is one of the key elements that we also highlighted earlier. If we are working in South Africa, so we want to really work on the topic that is relevant for Africa. And in our last program, we had two speakers from South Africa. So one was Dr. Maladla, and other was Dr. Bandile Hajibe, who joined us in our program last year and shared valuable inputs for the key healthcare challenges in Africa. But apart from this, we also try to engage globally with different key opinion leaders from different institutions like Johns Hopkins, then Imperial College London, Ajibadam, Texas A&M, and so on. Moving forward, next slide, please. Yeah. So this is just some impressions about the ITT certification program, like the one we are hosting at Regent Business School, but we have also organized such program at prestigious institutions globally. And this is one just impression you can see from Western University, Canada, and then Imperial College London, and then also from University of South Carolina in USA. And we'll be going into the details of the program in the coming slides. But yeah, before that, there's also, we would like to share a short video about the program, how it looked like. And this is an impression from our innovation think tank program at Fakir University Hospital. So please enjoy a short video and then we'll continue. So this was just a short video showing different, let's say, possibilities and how we are bringing different key opinion leaders from the region, trying to identify what are the key challenges and how we can come up with some tangible solutions. Another very good example we would like to share is one from Bashkent Hospital Group in Turkey. So where Professor Haider was invited to set up an ITT program and the ITT lab as well. So there was an establishment of ITT lab. And during one of our certification program, we went into different hospital. We went to the hospital and tried to understand what is the challenge. And then one of the group identified that patient navigation is one of the biggest challenge. If it's a very big hospital, often patients are confused where to go. They have to go straight, take next left or next right, whatever it is. It's a difficult situation. And then they come up with an idea that they can have an RFID based tagging system and a kiosk machine that they will install at the hospital. So all the patients will be given RFID tag, they will punch in and it will show the direction where they have to go. So they also presented this idea in the certification program as a final outcome. Over the next period of a couple of months, they try to develop it. They filed the IP, and hospital have also installed it at their premises. This is also an opportunity for a global presentation. So they presented this topic in Turkey, but then we connected them in our ITT program annually, what we are organizing in Germany. So they also came to Germany, and they also won the first prize in there. And similarly, we developed the location. So now we are having also financial grants from Turkish Development Agency for ITT Peshkin program as well. So this is an example. So from a very small challenge, you can come up with a tangible solution and even go into the next phase for commercialization and getting or opening a startup even. Yeah. So that's it. And lab tour we have covered. And before we go into the certification program, I mean, we'd like to also invite Dr. Parag to mention about the ITT RBS program. And then from there onwards, Ms. Hassan will lead the discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mehdi. So Regent Business School is hosting the Innovation Think Tank in collaboration with Siemens Healthineers this year, September, from the 5th to the 13th of September. It will be a hybrid program. So if you're not able to attend any of the sessions on site, you're most welcome to attend entirely virtually. We're extremely excited that this program is also fully CPD accredited for anybody that's registered with the Health Professions Council of South Africa, and you will obtain 30 CPD points on completion of the program itself. Looking at the challenges in the healthcare industry in South Africa, the theme of this year's ITT program is focused around frugal innovation approaches to healthcare challenges on the South African and African markets in general. And the reason for this is because we need solutions to challenges using the limited resources we have available. And those resources can be in the form of human capital, technology, processes, and operational and obviously financial resources as well. The program itself will be hosted in our own innovation labs at Regent Business School under the leadership of Mr. Yusuf Bauda and team. And we're currently developing our area and designing our Siemens Innovation Think Tank set up for the program itself. So we welcome you to go to our Regent Business School webpage and look at further details and previous impressions of the Innovation Think Tank and sign up, show your interest by applying for the program, after which you will be given a notification as to whether or not you're selected to participate in the program itself. So we really look forward to your participation on this program, and we welcome you to Regent Business School for this inaugural Innovation Think Tank in September this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Farag. I think that was wonderful and very comprehensive, and it gave a good feel about what the program is. To go in a little bit more detail of what this program entails and the commitment from the participants as well. So essentially, these programs are experiential learning programs, and from the first day, we start with team building and we start with the methodology training. So really how we approach innovation in a methodological approach. And here we will be addressing all different kinds of aspects of innovation, including technological, clinical, and as well as business innovations. And then we will identify different trends and challenges. We'll look at the healthcare system framework, project deep dives, and we will also look at validation methods and then feedback on both, to which will finally lead to a final presentation and feedback, which is the last day, and it is the exhibition. So as Dr. Parag mentioned, this program does start on September 5th, and the expected time for the first day of the program will be around 11:30 in the morning till around 3 p.m. South African time. And this will involve a whole series of different task building, team building, and task assignments and training as well. And it will be done in a hybrid format, so you're welcome to join in person at Regent Business School, and you're also as well welcome to join in virtually if it's difficult to be there in person. And then September 6th, we'll have inspirational speeches, observations, really identification of different problems and really looking at the challenges and training and tasks as well. Again, it'll be from, it's a very tentative schedule, and everything's still not totally announced yet for the different timings. It'll be based on the schedules. So what's interesting here is we understand that a lot of people who want to participate have a lot of commitments, and they could be professionals who have different working hours. So there are two different kinds of commitments that we look towards. One are the fixed sessions and one are the flexible ones. The fixed ones are usually the first and last days where we require you to be there for the team building and the training as well as the final exhibition. But in the middle of this, where we actually do training and we do feedback sessions and we guide you through the process. These are flexible. It can be arranged based on, team basis. When the teams are free, we will have individual sessions, and as well as teamwork that's offline can be done and agreed upon between the teams. So what's nice is that it's really flexible, and at the same time, we do produce a really good amount or really quality results that really are impactful as well. So really what's probably, very, very interesting before you want to go in the program, you want to know like what you're going to learn from it. What will you get out of programs like this? So the first thing that I want to mention that I already mentioned previously is the methodology. So it's very, very important to understand innovation methodology. And here we give you a very structured way of approaching it. From our perspective at Siemens Healthineers Innovation Think Tank, it starts with acquiring a mandate and plan, and then we go to a bigger picture analysis, co-creation and decision propositions, and finally deploying commercialization, which gives a very full, comprehensive perspective on approaching different challenges with the organized innovation steps. So now what will you benefit from these programs? The first thing, so firstly, before I go into all these benefits, I just wanted to say that me being here today itself is one of a huge success stories that I'd like to mention, because when I was in university, I participated in this program as a participant, and I was there with my friends, and we were going through this methodology and this training, and it was all so new to us to be able to see how Siemens Healthineers and Innovation Think Tank are working on some of the most demanding and most pressing challenges, and how we can use our hands to do it in whatever fields you are. It's very interesting. So doing this, I kept joining the programs. I became addicted. I joined 5 programs as a participant and then as a mentor. And eventually I got hired by Siemens Healthineers Innovation Think Tank to actually become a full-time employee with them as well. So this is one of the success stories I'd like to mention. And aside from that, building innovation expertise. So back then, there wasn't a lot of innovation. Light didn't exist, and then light came to exist, and then cars didn't exist, and cars came to exist. So the world is ever changing, and now more than ever, we are seeing extreme growth in every field, whether it's technology, business, healthcare. And this extreme growth has become or has led to the need for innovation skills. Nowadays, it's really hard to live in our world without comprehending and understanding innovation. So it's a great skill to have when you come further in life to look at different job opportunities. Having this skill will help you excel in ways more than one. So that's something. Another thing that Dr. Parag has already mentioned is the CPD accreditation, which is also can be very valuable and beneficial to the professionals who are looking to, collect these points as well. And then we also have working on challenging and demanding local topics, which I will also discuss in the next slide as well. Next, we engage key opinion leaders. So as I think Mr. Mahdi was mentioning, that we do engage different key opinion leaders. So you're going to get to listen to them and hear them. So you will see and be seen, which is what we like to see it as. So you see all these different opinions, all these different voices you can learn from, and also voice out your opinions as well. It's interactive, and it's a very wonderful opportunity for this as well. Next is working in diverse multidisciplinary teams. You will come to see that in these programs. it's not just engineers or doctors or business students, it's everyone all together. I mean, in our programs, we've seen law students, we've seen doctors, nurses, we've seen healthcare administratives, we've seen environmental specialists. So it's very diverse. Coming together, you come with amazing solutions. So we love to see that, and it's something you would enjoy working in as well. And then another very interesting thing is that the templates you're going to be using and the processes that we're going to guide you through are the same processes that the designers in Siemens Healthineers use to create the machines that you see in hospitals, like CT machines, MRIs, X-rays. So it's a really wonderful experience to get to have that without actually being in the company. You get this process and templates. And as Dr. Parag has already mentioned, the iLead Lab and the innovation labs at Regent Business School are open for further project development, where you can take your ideas that you take from these programs and possibly come up with a startup or something that you can take with you to the next levels and the next steps for commercialization and incubation. So that's wonderful. I mean, to have that aspect as well. And finally, as you saw, we have a variety of different global programs and fellowships, as well as our annual exhibitions. All of these, by participating in these programs, it'll open the doors for you to possibly go to Germany for a 6-month fellowship at our headquarters over there. So it's there are a lot of different opportunities that come with this program, and I really hope that you can grasp these and see the value of these different aspects of such programs. So as I mentioned before, I will be talking a bit about what we are addressing. So something that is very, 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 very important, and Dr. Parag has also rightfully mentioned, COVID has unmasked several problems that have probably already been there, but now we can see it and it's very visible to us in South Africa particularly. Things like resource depletion, staff shortage, access to care, all of these things are things that South Africa is suffering through, and a lot of you being in South Africa might know someone who's suffering through these healthcare challenges, like a family member or a friend, or even yourselves, really. Healthcare is very important. It's one of the pillars of every country, every region. It's what keeps the people in the country healthy and happy and feel safe. So having a strong healthcare system is very important. And what we really look for is that we desperately need a healthcare system reform in many countries, and more than one globally, actually. But starting on a local level where you are is something very important. And a lot of the times we say, oh, the only person who can change healthcare is, say, for instance, a president or a minister. But actually, that's not true. The people who can really change healthcare are you. It's the people who are innovative, people who want to innovate, people who want to get their hands dirty with these topics and really, really work towards these things. So we've done a lot of research in the background about the South African healthcare market that we'll also be guiding you throughout the programs. But essentially, there are a lot of different areas in all different disciplines that can be worked towards. For instance, some of the things that we've looked into are low medical aid coverage and different health insurance issues, expenditure and the patient pathways of different diseases. All of these come with so many solutions that we're looking forward to seeing in this program with you. And yeah, that's basically the gist of everything that we wanted to really share with you today to help you look into the program or get a better feel. And of course, we're open to any questions and to answering them as well, so that everything can be clarified. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Hassan. So, Dr. Prag, how it will work? So, will the people ask questions in the chat, or they will be allowed to speak in the forum?
Thank you, Mr. Mehdi. I think if there are any questions, you can post them in the chat or raise your hand and we'll take them in that order. whilst we're waiting for any questions to come through, I think just from Regent's side, and this collaboration and partnership with Siemens Healthineers is really just helping Regent Business School as well as a private higher education institution to reach our mandate in order to engage with our community at a grassroots level to find solutions for our own society within the healthcare industry and beyond. And this is an ideal example of this trans-industrial collaboration that needs to occur in order for us to find the most effective and most cost-beneficial solutions to some of our most pressing challenges at the moment. So again, from our side, we would just like to thank the Siemens Healthineers team for allowing us this opportunity to run this innovation think tank of this nature at Regent Business School this year. So thank you very much from us.
Thanks a lot,
I'm just
Dr.
looking in the chat for any questions. I don't see any hands up or any questions in the chat box at the moment. So I just got a message to say the chat has been disabled. So we're going to just sort out that technical glitch. I apologize for that.
So, Dr. Parag, quick question: is it possible that if anyone is having any question, and he can raise hand or just speak up? I mean, if the chat function is not working.
Yes, they can. I can see the mics are enabled, so they will
Okay.
be able to. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
We have a question from Robin. Robin, you may go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Robin from South Africa. I just wanted to know, does this think tank include a preventative health premise, or is it more for a approach to healthcare within our healthcare system? The reason I'm asking is a lot of the time in our kind of work, we look at ways to almost empower communities to be responsible for their own health, so that we lessen the burden on our healthcare system. Are those the type of conversations that are going to be had within the think tank going forward?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that's a very relevant question, and I can give you an example. How does it work? So we try to also work on disease pathways topic. So disease pathway will mean that how a patient is starting. I mean, not just going into the hospital. So the part you mentioned about prevention, yeah. So I mean, even in some cases, it's starting in prenatal stages. So we have, let's say, lay down, let's say, requirement. What are the different stages for each diseases? For an example, most prominent diseases in South Africa, prenatal, then we go into the prevention, then to diagnosis, treatment, follow-up, and rehab. I mean, I think Mr. Solidus is showing us in the background. So these are the disease pathways we have developed, and then we work on them, and then we try to identify. That's one of the area where we work, like what are the different challenges in each stages. Yeah, so it could be in prevention, not going into the hospital, but sometimes it's going to the hospital and then trying to identify what are the challenges. So complete disease pathway oriented approach we follow to let's say also give you an experience about what all is possible, not just thinking about a certain domain inside a hospital, inside a radiology, yeah, but let's say thinking about a broader perspective. Yeah, so this is, I think, from leukemia. It's really tough to read, but yeah, I mean, these are the disease pathway already published on our website, and maybe Ms. Hassan can share the link, and you can also have a look at these pathways, how it have been developed with our partner institutions.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. I think also just to add to Mr. Mehdi, given that primary healthcare is one of the key models of health delivery in our country, and the basis of primary healthcare is promotive and preventive healthcare services, I think trying to find solutions to why primary healthcare is not working out so well currently is one of the challenges which we can look at in a program of this nature and try and develop solutions to some of the aspects of primary healthcare delivery. So certainly very relevant, Robin. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Hello, Nikhil, you can go ahead. I see Mr. Yusuf Bauda has his hand up. Yusuf, you may go ahead.
Hi, thanks, Dr. Parag. Just a quick question with regards to the innovation thinking and the methodology. So I know there's a healthcare focus, but obviously applications are open to people from other industries. And I just want to ask, in terms of the thinking methodology and innovation, sort of whether it's based on design thinking or any innovation thinking, what other industries could that possibly be applied to for people that are not necessarily directly related to the healthcare industry?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's also a quite interesting question. And so this methodology was developed by Professor Haider and the ITT team while working on more than 2,500 projects. And not only, I mean, just thinking about innovation as, okay, what is the challenge, but there is a complete innovation cycle. And this can be applied in different background. It is not only focused for healthcare. This is just a way of working. So with healthcare is a field where everyone can contribute and everyone can come in. So there are, as already mentioned earlier, so there are people from law joining in, there are people from engineering, biomedical, yes. But there are also people joining as a medical doctor, as a nurse, as a technician as well. So there are different, I mean, diversity of the participant that help us in, first of all, trying to understand what is the right methodology. And then, of course, you can use it into your own professional life. You can use it while working on your project in your current organization, or even in your, let's say, if you are a student, then also for the participant, they can use it for their studies or for their projects. Yeah, but it's open. Yeah, it could be applied to other fields as well.
Perfect. Excellent. Thanks, Mr. Mehdi.
Thank you, Mr. Yusuf.
Hi, Dalia, you can go ahead.
This, yeah, maybe somebody have not changed the name. Yeah, someone is raising hand.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, I mean, that
That's
might
not
be
me.
because
That's so scary.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a.
I think,
That's
Mr. Mehdi and Dalia, we have a few more minutes, and whilst there's no further questions at the moment, would you like to share with our attendees just some examples of the different types of projects that have come through in previous innovation think tank programs?
Sure. I mean, and I think I'll leave this to Dalia because she was also one of our success story and she participated. So I mean, I can mention on the mentor perspective, but I think it's good that the participant hear more also from a participant perspective, what you have learned and what kind of projects you have worked on.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I may, let me maybe talk about my experience with my first program. I actually two programs that I participated in. My team won first place for both of them. The first one, we identified the challenge of deep vein thrombosis, which is blood clots in the leg that can result out of inactivity. And inactivity is increasing dramatically because of, office life and everyone's at home sitting down. So to prevent this, we actually made like an insole for the shoe that vibrates just ever so slightly, that it's not annoying, but it circulates the blood so that it prevents it from clotting. And we won first place with that. And what we learned from this is that when we come to make something, when we have an idea, it's very hard to articulate it and translate it into a project that can actually happen. Sometimes there's something called innovation paralysis, where you have so many ideas and you don't know how to sit down and be like, okay, this is what I want to do and how I want to do it. So what I learned from this program is the whole implementation plan. So they gave it to me. They're like, you need a mandate, you need this and that. You need to contact these stakeholders. You need to take these in consideration, interview these many people, and then take it to these steps and etc. I won't spoil for you the steps. I'm just giving a little teaser, but it really helped organize my thoughts and do it in a way that can actually be delivered. I didn't expect this outcome when I entered the program, but coming out, I was very happy, which was what led to me and more. There were many participants who started participating more than once, and the more they participate, I think the certificate changes. It becomes a leadership certificate instead of the participation one. So it's addictive. These kinds of think tanks.
Yeah, and also just to add, yeah, and thanks, Alia. So also, I mean, there are different level of projects what we work on. So I mean, some topics are really on the strategic level. So what is, I mean, understanding the healthcare system. So what is the key challenge in the healthcare system in South Africa, for an instance? And then we also try to work on institutional level challenges. For example, so what is the challenge for a CEO in managing hospital? Or what are the different challenges more on the institutional level? And then there are also challenges or the projects what we work in the field of going into the system level. So, okay, what is the challenge going into a radiology department? Or there are some equipment that could be moved here and there could be let's say positioning, so remote positioning analysis for the systems in the hospitals and so on. So there are different levels of projects what we work on, and we leave it open to the team. So diversity is very important element in our program. So we try to have a very diverse group, having an experienced professional that could bring a lot of experience to the discussion, and also having a young graduate, for example, so who could bring a lot more ideas to the table, and then try to come up with a tangible solution. We are having a medical background people in the group, and then also maybe a business background. So to consolidate a team and come up with a solution that is tangible to implement in the coming future.
I think we have a question from Praveen Nado. I think they said, while the focus is on healthcare, should there be parallels with other industries? Will the intellectual property of new design ideas remain protected or restricted in some way?
So we do not take any topic that are IP sensitive for Siemens Healthineers. So if you are developing your solution, you want to file IP, please feel free to do that. Yeah. And then obviously, so it's also a learning experience from different industry. So why not Uber for health, for an example? Yeah. So there are different concepts what we can also think about. I mean, first of all, think about the challenge. Yeah. And then there are steps what Professor will mention. So I don't want to go into the details. Yeah. But there are a lot of possibility for also taking best examples from different industry and then trying to implement it in the current program as well.
See, we have another question. Please advise on the key takeaways that one can expect in terms of application of the actual or general areas related to innovation, not necessarily innovation that is related to the healthcare sector.
I mean, I think Ms. Hassan, you already presented the points. Maybe you can just walk them around again. Yeah, I think the key takeaways.
I think you did. Mm-hmm. So the key takeaways from the application of actual or general areas related to innovation. Not necessarily. Okay, so if I understood your question correctly, I think in terms of application or general areas related to innovation, is the question what you can benefit from such an innovative approach, or? If that was the question, if what are the key takeaways from an innovation program like this? It's first that you will be learning the innovation expertise, and you will be gaining the innovation skills that you can take with you and excel further with these different skills and expertise, as well as you are also getting the process and the templates that we at Siemens Healthineers are using in the background to design and create the machines that you see in the hospitals, like CT machines, X-rays, all of these machines in the hospitals. So these behind the scene design processes you'll be walked through and also be using for your own project throughout this program. You will also be getting CPD accreditation from if that's something that's interesting to the professionals who are applying to this program. You also get the opportunity to extend your expertise development to our fellowship programs that are offered globally, as well as the different global programs to engage in them as well. And that's just a very brief setup of the key takeaways.
Thank you. And then also to add, I mean, it's not only with respect to healthcare. So if you're not from healthcare sector, you cannot work. It's not that like that. The topic we are selecting is healthcare because everyone can work together on that. And that's a very relevant topic for us, I mean, as an organization, as Siemens Healthineers. But I mean, the key learning, what you will learn is how do you go for innovations? What are the different steps you need to follow? And how you can just have, let's say, from an idea to a complete a product, for an example. Yeah. And this you can implement in other fields as well. So there's no, I mean, dedicated radiology session we're going to have today. It's very open program where you'll have a lot more topics from different layers, as I also already mentioned, on a strategic level, institutional level, and also on a component or a system level as well.
Yeah, it's also entrepreneurship in a way. So entrepreneurship doesn't just speak one language. It's out there towards all the fields. Anyone can be an entrepreneur in any field, not just healthcare. But healthcare is very comprehensive, which is why we like to use it for these programs.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dalia and Mr. Mehdi. I completely agree. I think healthcare is just used as an example or a base where it's brings multiple industries together. So if you look at any healthcare organization, be it a clinic or a large hospital of massive size that has a lot of patients coming through it, it brings together disciplines of information technology, finance, processes and operations, and as well as the patient as the stakeholder who oftentimes comes up with a lot of solutions to healthcare issues that we face. And if anyone on the call has ever had that question of, I wish we could do something about a certain problem, for example, I wish we could have a particular way of reducing the time taken to do something, then that is the kind of questions that the innovation think tank aims to answer through a particular methodology of research in innovation. So we're really looking forward to this program. I think there was a comment or question from Nandi in the chat. I'm not sure if you can go through that, Dalia or Mr. Mehdi.
From Nandi, I don't see that. Are you able to see her comment?
Nandi, if you are there.
I actually can't see the chat function myself.
I'm also unable to see that somehow.
I think what would also be exciting for Regent Business School as a platform, being a business school primarily, and our students coming from commerce, management, and other managerial backgrounds predominantly and primarily, and they work in these kind of spheres. As a stimulus to further innovation think tanks, it might be potential that this is the start to something bigger, in that our themes over the coming years might change as to what the focus of such a program might be, using the same methodology.
Also, maybe just adding myself, I'm from a business background too, studying intercultural management. I started as a fellow here and didn't have to do anything with healthcare before my fellowship, but still I learned so much through the methodology that could be applied in any sector you want to work in. So that's a really great opportunity, just speaking from personal experience here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Nandi also had a comment. She said that as an MBA student specializing in healthcare management, I see major benefits from this program, as it will even assist in research planning on different healthcare outcomes. So thank you for that, Nandi. Okay, so if there are no further questions or concerns at this stage, our time is just about up, and I would again take this opportunity to thank the Siemens Healthineers ITT team for making available this time to discuss the program in more detail, and we are extremely excited about the upcoming program in the next few weeks. So during the build-up of this towards this program, I'm sure there'll be a lot more questions coming through and inquiries, and we look forward to seeing a lot of participants from this call on the program as well. So thank you all very much again for the time this afternoon. And thank you to all the participants for attending the session. It was fantastic having you here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parag, and the RBS team as well.
Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
nice day.
Goodbye.